Hey guys, welcome to join our BNB Chain Hackathon demo day. Today, this is for a Q3 Hackathon. I'm the host for today's demo day. I'm Sarah from BNB Chain. I'm the iPad lead of BNB Chain as well. So firstly, let me welcome our judges today. We have Matt from Outlier Ventures. We have Alex from Binance Labs. Say hi. We have Pete from Morningstar Ventures. And we have Edward from Harsh. Hi, Edward. And we have Tomiwa from Kiwi Course, which is also one of the hackathon winner from our previous round. Nice to have you guys today. Yeah, if you'd like to, you can give a brief intro about yourself to the audience. Maybe let's start from Matt.
Hey everyone, my name is Matt Law. I'm a partner and chief commercial officer at Outlier Ventures. We are an early stage investor and accelerator program running across a whole bunch of different themes and verticals: deep in gaming, AI, real world assets, really interested in meeting teams at the earliest stages. We invest about 100K via our accelerator programs with pre-seed funding, and our aim really is to find teams before other people do, help make them investable, and then we have a later stage product focused around token go-to-market and token launches called Ascent. So nice to meet you all. Really excited about today and looking forward to meeting some people and seeing some great new ideas.
Thank you, Matt. Alice, can you also intro a bit about yourself?
Of course. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to join this session. I think this is my fourth hackathon session so far. It's great to have been part of this journey with the BNB Chain team. I'm part of Binance Labs. I've been with the team for over 3 years now. And so that's, just to put that in context, is half of the way of the entire Binance Labs journey. And I got a fair share of, through the cycle experience, and met lots of people. Very excited to always chat with early stage founders, and very excited for this session as well.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks. You are like our old friends, right? Thank you for always supporting BNB Chain. Nice to have you today. Peter or Peach, is that your name? Sorry.
Yeah, Peter is fine. So
Peter.
I'm Peter, but Peter is fine. So
okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, BNB Chain team, for inviting us. Actually, for myself and for us at Morningstar, the first BNB Chain hackathon. We're excited to be there. We are early stage Web3 native fund investing pretty across different chains and different verticals, based out of Dubai, and supporting and helping to grow many projects in the space, operating actively since 2019. I joined the team in 2021 and been quite active in investing in various startups, building on BNB or collaborating somehow with BNB Chain. And great to see there a lot of exciting projects, and can't wait to hear the pitches.
Thank you, Peter. This is your new friends here, but we'd love to explore more collaborations with Morningstar Ventures in the near futures. Thank you for coming to our event today. And Edward from Hashed, can you say hi and intro a bit about yourself? Thank you.
Hey guys, it's a pleasure to be around you guys. Thank you, Sarah and Tiana, for welcoming me to the BNB Chain Day. A little bit background about Hashed. We're an early stage VC that's been in the space and investing in crypto and crypto native only projects since 2016. Most of our founders were entrepreneurs. We were originally based in Seoul, but in 2019, we opened up our office in the US. So we've got presence in both SF, LA, and New York. In 2021, we opened up our office in Singapore. I myself was the first hire in Singapore. We now have about 4 people in Singapore. And then in 2022, we opened up our office in India, where we also have 15 people. While we do focus on early stage, we also have the tendency to size up in the later stage rounds. So we do a minimum check of about 1 million all the way up to 10 to 15 million. And we are also multi-geography and multi-vertical. So we look at L1, L2s, infrastructure, gaming, and more recently, consumer, deep in, and AI. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you, Edward. The final one is Tomiwa from Kiwi Protocols. Can you intro about yourself and your experiences about working with BNB Chain?
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you everyone for having me. I'm Tomiwa Adeyemi, the founder of Kiwi Protocol. Now, a little background on Kiwi Protocol. Kiwi Protocol is a Web3 bot as a service startup, and we built a lot of innovative stuff on layer one and layer two blockchains, such as which BNB is a key part of our innovation. And part of our product, we've launched Kiwi Padbot, which is a winner in the Q2 Hackathon. And we are also launching a new bot, which is Kiwi Bridge bot, which will connect BNB with other blockchains. So yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for having us. Thanks to BNB Chain. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you. Actually, today we have 10 projects joining us. But before that, let me intro a bit about myself as well. So I'm also one of the judges today. I'm also the epic lead of BNB Chain. So my role here is talking to developers, supporting them, grow the ecosystem together with our entrepreneurs in BNB Chain ecosystem. Thank you all guys again. Today we have 10 projects to join us in the demo days, and every project will have 5 minutes to do the presentation and another 5 minutes for Q&A. So please do remember that do your or sharings within the 5 minutes presentations or demo sharings later. So we have 10 projects. They are Bakeland, Blepo, CryptoBed, Election Battle, GreenPress, Ordinals Lending Protocols, Pores, Siren, the Watch Credit Card, zkGraph. So we can start with the first one first. The project is Bakeland. Diana.
Hi everyone, great to be here.
Yeah, I can hear you. Please start. You have 5 minutes.
Yeah, just waiting on the presentation. If Diana could help with that. Diana, are you there? Could you? It should be there. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm Anabil. I'm the founder of Bakeland, and Bakeland is a casual play-to-earn 2D MMO that lets you experience crypto as a video game, right? So at a point where half of crypto right now is trying to abstract away individual ecosystems and cultures, our game is onboarding users to the rich, stimulating internet subculture that we know crypto is, and most of us are already part of. So yeah, so we start this journey by beginning at the heart of our user base, which is crypto natives and the degens, right? So we realized that in order to be retail facing, we need to offer a unified front. And however ironical, the best way to actually do that, we realized, is to put chains at war with each other, because what is more organic than people fighting over which L1 or L2 is the best on crypto Twitter or the timeline, right? So that said, war is not the end game, right? You have most new builders trying to solve the problem of fragmented ecosystems with fragmented liquidity, users, and more importantly, just this kind of fragmented interface level to crypto for retail users, right? So the problem we have right now is that there's a bunch of infra out there which provides the base layer, but does not incentivize what we see as organic flow of value across chains. And that is something we believe only consumer-facing apps can enable. Our core belief and differentiator, though, is that chain maxiness that you see here, like these highly loyal users in these ecosystems, they can and will exist simultaneously alongside free-flowing interoperability between these networks. Something we feel that a lot of chain abstraction protocols right now are trying to just abstract away entirely. This we do by enabling real-time composability within our game across these networks. So we've already seen examples of this in the past. Crossplay was the major reason behind the success of titles such as Fortnite, Minecraft, Among Us. And the lesson we see there is that they not only unified the interface level for users, but they actually unlocked a higher level of distribution for games and publishers. Our game spans across different bases for each and every chain, right? So in our 2D top-down MMO, BNB Chain is going to have its own base. Beta Chain is going to have its own base where users can log on and access custom buildings. We have IP integrations from leading NFT collections in the ecosystems. And we've chosen this top-down MMO style to reduce the mechanical depth required for actually non-gamers to be able to play the game. So you must be thinking now, how is this plus positive EV for BNB Chain, right? So we do this by three main ways. So the first is we reward loyal BNB maxis by curating this exclusive in-game environment for them. Secondly, we gamify a behavior which already exists and these users already exhibit. And we instead allow them to be rewarded for raiding farms and other networks, right? And in fact, challenge other chain maxis to PvP duels. And this creates a positive sum effect eventually, where we take on this model of chain tourism. By providing incentives, we aim to highlight applications native to BNB, such as PancakeSwap, ListerDAO, or Athena Finance, and add in-game integrations for these applications. All this is powered by our token buds, which will exist to incentivize the community and power our multi-chain economy. Moving on, I think I need to put the video on for the demo, but yeah, for some glitch, I'll just try and upload it. Tiana, can you put that on, please? Yeah, nice. Yeah, so we use Third Web Connect to power our seamless UX here. We offer users the choice between smart wallets, injected wallets, or even login as a guest, as you see here. And while outside the scope of this hackathon, we will soon be adding in native applications from BNB as buildings here, right? This is us going to stake buds, which is our token in game, powered by our gasless wallets. And as you can see, you can stake on any chain without having to break the UX level, by not having to switch chains every single time you want to interact between multiple networks. So that's a successful transaction there. This is just something very rudimentary. What we envision, of course, is to have multiple applications and mini games inside this vibrant ecosystem that we want to create across multiple L1 and L2s. So thank you. That's it. Thanks to BNB Chain, the judges, and Finance Labs for this opportunity. Would love to hear your questions, if any.
Thank you. Any judge have any questions?
Anandil, maybe I'm a little curious how you chose the genre for this gaming. Was it more from a cost perspective, or you were very excited about pixel RPG adventure style games?
I feel it also has to do with the market fit, because games like Pixels and then Cambria now and even Raven Quest show that the crypto native user base really does like this theme, right? So that's one reason. The second would be the scalability. We can add in new assets, locations, and buildings without having to spend resources such as the maybe AAA gaming studio, right? So these are the main two reasons.
Gotcha. And maybe a small follow-up to that. So do you think that is the goal to try to vampire attack some of these users on all these other games already that you mentioned? For example, Pixels, you want to steal some of their users like that, how they're deployed on Ronin, or you're trying to create your own market here?
No, we would definitely be creating our own market, because these games have their own lore, right? Like they would have their own storyline, but for us, the storyline itself is crypto, right? That's how we want to highlight and kind of add the user progression inside our game. I think 1KX, if you've heard of them, they've been talking about this a lot, and we resonate that users which are already on chain, they should be able to bring their personas inside our game, and that itself becomes, that's how we actually tie into crypto being a video game itself, right? So that's more of our angle.
So one thing from me, one of the things that we're looking at in this process is sort of pathway to growth, and sort of what do you think the journey to get, say, 100,000 users engaged in and retained within a game like this, what does that journey look like to you?
I think this pitch was definitely quite brief, but there's challenges to actually the GTM process. Like when we go to market, there's this like maybe Edward sort of was hinting towards that, but the optics is not great, right? You're trying to have a piece of everybody's cake as a multi-chain project. So what we intend to do is highlight chains one by one initially. So right now we're focusing on Chain, and we're partnering with the projects in that ecosystem, tapping into that very user base, and actually giving them that, it's not like we're trying to sit at everybody's table all at once. We want to do the due diligence, actually tap into the culture existing on that chain, that community, and then add in incentives for that specific community one by one. Right? So if the best case scenario would be if the chain itself is providing these incentives on some level, then we can have these limited time campaigns highlighting these ecosystems. Right? So I feel like that could definitely one by one help us scale to 100,000 users.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Annabelle. Thank you for your intro and presentations. Let's welcome next project to on the stage to do the demo and sharings, which is Ankit, founder of Blepo, who is a full-stack blockchain developer with 4 years of experiences using innovative blockchain and AI solutions.
Okay. Is my deck visible?
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can start.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so I'll get into it. So Blepo is a layer 2 monitor and a data aggregator platform. So like I'll first go through the problem what we are trying to solve. Like the L2 solutions that are being built into the BNB chain ecosystem. There are new L2s coming by the day. There are more and more L2s. They're scaling to new heights, and more transaction volumes are flowing in. And there's a bit of segregation that has been happening. Like we cannot find resources or what insights for the whole ecosystem at a single point of contact. So this is a problem we're trying to solve. So like who is the target for this? So like we're trying to target developers, investor, and enthusiasts through the different types of features we are trying to provide. So the Blepo project is like a comprehensive dashboard. It's a high level dashboard which takes data from various different sources like Node.real. It takes from various different explorers. There's DeFi Llama. We take resources and data and aggregate into one platform and create a whole new database where everyone can come and gather insights, even if they are developers, investor, or whatever the use case might be. So the things we are providing is our chain specific deep dives. So like when a developer comes to a chain, so they want to know what sort of a chain it is and what sort of projects are being built on top of that chain. So me being a developer, I generally when I'm trying to develop a project in a certain ecosystem or a certain change, I check out what sort of different apps are already being built on it. so I can maybe find some competitors that are already competing that the idea I'm projecting, or I can find gaps in the ecosystem which I can build on top of and maybe get some users on it. Also, in the same dashboard, we are also providing real time data, which is very useful for getting insights on metrics like real-time gas prices, block times, the transaction per seconds, then the different types of volumes the chain is churning out. And also we are providing a high level comparative analysis of different chain on a single page. So like different chains have different transaction per seconds, different volumes they are processing, and different types of features they are providing. So how can a developer or an investor choose which chain they want to go get into, which chain they want to invest into, which chain they want to develop on. So this comparative analysis kind of solves that problem and gives them a higher level insight on what they want to get into deeper, and also a deep dive would be the next step for this. Also we are providing educational components. So like the educational component is for the new beginners. So as a student or as a beginner, when someone is trying, or even as an enthusiast, when someone is trying to get into an ecosystem, they don't have much idea like what's an L2 ecosystem, what's an L2 chain, what's like TPS, what is the total value locked, what are these metrics, or what are these terms. So we are providing a educational data documentation or a database through where the user can go through and maybe learn new things and explore in a bit deeper. So our target audiences are developers. So as I just mentioned, they can go through the metrics, they can go through the DeFi applications or the dApps that are already built on, find new gaps or find new competitors and things like that. And also our one of our key what we can say user base we aim to target are investors. So as an investor, we generally they want to learn like what sort of apps or dApps or DeFi protocols are being built on, so they can decide if they're bearish or bullish on the chain. Also we are targeting BNB chain enthusiasts and newcomers so that they can learn and grow and even contribute to the BNB layer ecosystem. So this is our general proposed business model. So the current data and the current metrics provided on the data on the dashboard would be provided at a free cost. So this would include all the real time metrics and the educational components as a free tier model. Also, for someone who is trying to develop and wants this data for their DeFi platform, for their dApps, they can opt into for a developer API tier, and they can get access to this at a higher volume at a specified price. Okay, so this is a general roadmap for Blepo. So currently, I'm building on the learning section and the documentation parts of for the educational components, and the next part is aggregating all the data and creating a database and calculating all the like nuances like total value locked in different apps, different DeFi protocols, different chain in house. Currently, it's being like offloaded and resourced from somewhere else. I want to create a whole database where we can get all this in the same platform. And also we want to create the developer APIs. And yeah, so I'll also share my screen and give you all a quick presentation. I'll give you a quick demo. So this is the Blepo dashboard. So this is the overview platform we are providing, and you can see there are different chains already listed on the platform. We can check out the different types of stats that are already present. There are different graphs and different charts which the users can analyze and create their informed decisions. Also, we are providing this for different chains similarly, and we are also providing real-time data that is being updated almost every 3 to 5 seconds, and we're providing this for all the major chains on the BNB ecosystem right now. As you can see, it's being uploaded almost every 3 to 5 seconds, and they can see the gas price, block counts, the total transaction in all in real time. Also, we are providing a comprehensive list of different types of dApps, as I mentioned, for developers who are trying to get into the ecosystem, or for the investors who are trying to invest or find new chain protocols and dApps they are interested in. We are also providing a real time comparison between these chains so that they can see what different types of metrics are for different chains. And we are also providing a small analytic part where we are analyzing for them, and we are providing some small insights into them. And this is a learning component part, and this is where we are providing all sorts of small documentations and for the new users. So this is me. I am Ankit, and I'm the sole founder for this project. Thank you.
Thank you, MK, for your sharing. I have one question.
Yeah.
What is the biggest advantages or difference about these protocols compared with other on-chain data analytics platforms, you think?
Sorry. So you mean what are the advantages for this over? Yeah. Okay. So like I'm not. I've tried to look into the BNB ecosystem, layer two ecosystem, and there aren't any that are actually providing the real time or chain metrics on currently. It's like the BNB layer two ecosystem is still in the development and early phases, and more chains are being built. And I've tried to found, and I'm myself getting into the BNB ecosystem for a long time, and I'm trying to find new sources for data where I can single-handedly encounter all this data, and I haven't been able to find. This is a gap I found, and I think it's a really good resource for all the developers and the users that are trying to be onboarded into the BNB ecosystem.
Thank you for always putting an eye on the BNB chain ecosystem. That is a real demand from us, but we're also talking with other data platforms as well.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, thank you. Appreciate. Any other judges have any questions?
Yeah, so as we are investors of the multiple on-chain data provision platforms, we saw the challenge of them being like very niche, and you making your product a bit even more niche by like starting with the BNB ecosystem. So besides educational content and like learning model, have you thought about like other products that can be built on top of your existing solution? What are your ideas to grow and to make it like less niche but more broad product, not only for developers but for broader audience of users?
Okay. So there's there is various things that can be done from here. Like currently there are a few projects that are doing like counting all the total value locked in all the projects that are providing this aggregated data. But like what we can say, there's this project called DeFi Llama. It is doing for the major chains, for like the top level chains like the Ethereum blockchain and the Solana of the world, but no one's coming down that level. So I think I'm hoping to like go down that level and maybe explore a wider range of projects. Like there are new projects coming up and up every day, right? So I want to provide this platform and the data for even more wider ecosystem and not just the cream of the top. So this is something where I'm trying to go with this project.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have other judges have any questions? Okay. Then let's move to the next one. Let's welcome John, who is a co-founder of CryptoBed, to come to the stage to do a presentation and a sharing. He is AI
Hello.
engineer and seasoned software engineering. Yeah, hi.
Hello, I'm
John.
John from CryptoBed. Grateful to be here presenting this great solution. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, please.
Just imagine a world when renting properties is seamless and secure as sending a text message. That's the vision behind CryptoBed, the revolutionary platform transforming the hospitality industry for the digital age. In today's rapidly evolving landscape, we're witnessing an explosion of digital nomads and crypto enthusiasts. There are now 30 million digital nomads and globally and over 400 million crypto users worldwide, but they face significant challenge with traditional rental platforms, like high fees and commissions, often reaching 15 and 30%, slow and inefficient payment methods, sometimes taking days, lack of transparency in transactions, limited payment options, especially for crypto users, inconsistent property quality, and bad user experiences, restricted cancellation policies, and poor customer support. CryptoBed solves these problems by leveraging blockchain technology to decentralize the rental process. We're not just another booking platform. We're building a community that connects property owners with a global network of tech-savvy travelers. Our key features include peer-to-peer rentals with direct communication between owners and renters, crypto payments supporting stable coins, reduced fees by eliminating intermediaries in the process. We charge just a 10% commission, enhanced security through blockchain verification and identity checks, instant payments avoiding frozen funds and devaluation risk, a rating system to ensure high-quality listings and positive experiences. But where it gets fascinating, or innovated staking model. Instead of funds sitting idle between booking and checking, users can stake their crypto, earning passive income. This creates additional value for both renters and property owners. Our business model is straightforward. We take 10% commission on every booking. As we scale, this translates to significant revenue potential. We're focusing initially on Argentina, on short-term and long-term rentals, because we got a market ripe for disruption. With 7.9 million renters and average monthly cost of $600, the potential is enormous. Moreover, Binance has recently achieved regulatory approval in Argentina, paving the way for widespread crypto adoption with a large user base. Our roadmap is clear and ambitious. We got develop stacking earnings and platform fee commissions, conduct security testing, and over 100 curated properties now ready to be listed, launch AI-assisted chat support, build strategic partnerships, pilot launch to December 2024 for crypto event allocation, expand marketing and brand awareness, enter new markets with full experience packages include like tours, airport services, fiat of ramps, introduce fractional and tokenized real estate with digital trust, and ongoing monitoring and iteration again. But CryptoBed is more than just a business opportunity. We're deeply engaged with different communities. We're ready to grow with us. Also, more than 100 properties are prepared to be listed, creating a platform that empowers users, promotes financial freedom, and opens new possibilities for global travel and living. Together, we have over a decade of experience in the hospitality niche, allowing to create high quality listings and offer personalized experiences for digital nomads. So this is our team. Thank you to our team for bulking and in the solution for building with us. And let's see a short demo for rent your own experience. So this is gonna be the short demo, please. Okay, this is CryptoBed. CryptoBed is just not adapting to the future of travel and finance. We're shaping it. We got swap methods to build your BNB chain to tokens, USDC, and we're offering a secure, efficient, and rewarding way to rent properties globally, connecting communities of digital nomads and crypto users. Our platform solves real problems in the rental market, leverage cutting-edge blockchain technology, and taps into the growing crypto and remote work trends. So we are building it here. We can make the transaction. We are on a peer-to-peer network. We need assistance. You get a chat support assisted by AI. We approve that. And also we have the invest feature building right now. You got your bookings, you got your trips. You can see your booking if you are the owner. You can see you have to accept. Okay, and you got to invest in real estate on fractionalized market. You got to be the transaction. And also we have to see now the deposit is made and the contract address. So invest in us to invest in the future of renting and selling properties. So thank you for your attention, and I'm ready for transforming the hospitality and getting some questions, please.
Thank you, John. Any questions from Judge?
Yeah.
Hey, John, thanks for the presentation. So quick question from my side. On the, I guess this works as a two-sided marketplace. So on the supply side, how do you ensure that you have enough supply of accommodation? And do you work kind of as a first, is it an aggregator or an actual marketplace where you'd be going after, rental providers?
Yeah, we already have 10 years of experiences. We have a pool of more than 100 properties ready to be listed. But we also want to expand to a new market, adding more customers like property owners. But we have to ensure the user experience is great. So they're gonna be listed and curated properties. So we're gonna be like form from the property owner. I'm gonna check if that sits with our expectations, our quality assessment, we get into the involving the project.
Got it. Are you able to aggregate other third-party marketplaces?
Yes, we're in conversations on that.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Longer term, do you see yourself acquiring more one-on-one relationships with property owners, or would you kind of look to scale via connecting through, I don't know, Amadeus or a travel API?
Yes, sir. We're expecting to be in a bigger environment, growing and making full experiences with property owners. Also, we have to think about acquiring some new properties on the platform, but also we now just renting and fractionalizing properties with property owners. But we have to expect first to be centered in the Argentina and later in a global market, maybe.
May I also ask one question? Based on your presentation, you mentioned the staking model that you're going to introduce both for property owners and for rent, for people for rent. Is the staking of your native token or staking of BNB or staking of fees that people generated by transactions? So how does it work and what value does it bring to the platform?
Thank you. Great question. We see like our native token. Let's see on that. You rent your property. While you have your money on our property, you get tokens. When you get tokens, these tokens can give you more experiences, access to more experiences, like a free rides, like a free experiences, or maybe you can get more tokens. And that tokens is a 101.
Got it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My question is on the regulatory aspect. So how are you guys dealing with that?
Yeah. Currently in the market of Argentina is evolving fast and is crypto friendly. So we have on our platform a KYC because it's the mandatory, and also we have smart contract audits. So this is our security compliance, but also in the regulatory market is evolving fast and is evolving in adopting the crypto communities from the government. So it's a great opportunity for us. So, well, thank you for your time, and I hope you see you on Instagram, CryptoBed app. So, thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you for
Great.
your time. Yeah.
See you.
Yeah, see you. Then let's welcome Well Late, which is from Election Battle. He's a software developer with over 5 years of experiences in the crypto space, specializing in various blockchain networks. Yeah, you can start.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. Hi, everyone. I'm Violet, and I decided to introduce our project, Election Battle. Yeah, it's a blockchain-based game where police meet playtime. We are around the assignment of the 2024 US election. Players can collect on-chain NFTs and use them in our strategic gameplay. In our game, NFTs play a central role through our unique collection of election battle cards. We have over 150 distinct type cards, each of 5 levels of rarity, making collecting and strategizing an exciting challenge for players. To ensure the accessibility and scalability, we have already deployed our collection smart contract to multiple chains. On BSC chain, we use ERC721. About the team, we have consist of dedicated members. I'm Violet, and as were introduced before, and the other is Lana, who takes care of the design. About the game, we make onboarding easy with multiple login options. Player can either connect using their own wallet or to keylist login via social media platform like Google or Facebook, or also the email or their own phone. Once logged in, player can start collecting cards in different ways. They can purchase cards from our marketplace. game store or across the multiple blockchains. We also provide the free starter cards so the players are ready to kick off their game without having any on-chain NFT. These free cards are bound to the player's account and cannot be traded on-chain. After building the card deck, players can start a new battle using their own card. They can either challenge opponents or the practice against the AI to sharpen their skill. By competing their position in the leaderboard, players can earn reward from the reward pool. Okay, next slide. The next section is about the game mechanics. If you have ever played the minigame theme Triple Triad from the Final Fantasy, you will feel familiar with our game. This is a turn-based game, 1v1, where players place their card on the 3+3 grid board. The cards used in the game are picked from the user audience, and which player go first are randomized. The random rise is generated by using a sys from our backend and from the board player to ensure the fairness. The key mechanism is your card agencies. Each card has 4 agencies that are called as the rank. When you play a card next to your opponent's card, if your card is higher than the opponent card rank value, you will claim their card. For each claimed card you earn the point. The game continues until the grid is fully filled, and player with the highest score at the end is declared as the winner. You will know more detail when I show the demo in the later sessions. Let's talk more about how we implement the game. On the back end, we have 2 main components. The first component is the zkGraph node, which we use to index and send the data from the multiple blockchain into our game database. This ensures that any on-chain events such as the transfer, purchase, or sell the NFT are tracked in the real time. This system helps us maintain accurate ownership records of the car. So when the player collects, buys, and sells car, those actions are instantly reflected in the game. The second component is the framework that we use called Nakama. Nakama is the critical in helping us building the key game features such as PvP battle, matchmaking, leaderboard, and even handling game wallet. Elections portal games is built on the HTML file, which allow us to make the game accessible across multiple platforms. Whether you are playing on the desktop, a mobile device, or even a Telegram app, the game is designed to be responsive and adaptable to different environments. This cross-platform compatibility ensure the players and enjoy the player election battle wherever they are, with a seamless experience across devices. You may wonder how we can handle keyless login, and here we are. With the help of third platform service Web3 Auth, the user can find multiple ways to log in into our game even without having any Web3 wallet. They can start the game immediately, and if they want to upgrade their own card deck, of course they have to fund to their address right by the Web3 Auth. While the game is still evolving, here's the feature available so far. At first is the BBB mode that I call a friendly match here. Players can challenge each other in the real-time battle, testing their strategy in VS1, 1vs1 match. The other mode is the witch match. The player can practice and sharpen their skill by competing against AI components that I have built and upload it to the Hugging Face platform. The third one is Deadly Mode, which is still planned to release soon, where the winner can claim one of the loser cards used in the game. Our leaderboard will track the player ranking. For those at the top will be rewarded at the end of each season. A card collections, player can manage and organize their own card, selecting card for the battle. About the business model, here's our current monetization strategies and the future plans. Currently, election battle monetized through NFT royalty and the sale of NFT card creating a sustainable revenue stream as players engage into our game collectible elements. Looking ahead, we have the other plan to add more features into our project. One feature in the development is the NFT card upgrade function. Allow players to enhance their card ability of rarity, rating additional value for the collector. Additionally, we have planned to introduce tournament ticket entry fee, enable competitive play and creating a new way for players to earn with the game. Yeah, I can skip to the demo here. Yeah, as you can see, I have logged into the true browser here and with different wallet address. Now I'm going to start the PVP and then we order too. Yeah, as long as they found the order, the game will start immediately. Yeah, I will. This in this case, we have random right, and the player on the right will go first. Yeah, we will play the card at anyone we want to, but ensure that the opponent cannot capture our card. Yeah, so I have to play this card here. Yeah, look like the left one win. Yeah, that's on our demo.
Thank you. Any judge have any questions?
Edward, do you want to start?
Yeah, let me just shoot out a quick question. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Violet. My question circles around TCGs in general, trading card games. There aren't, first of all, many trading card games that are very, very popular in Web 2 and in traditional gaming, let alone Web 3 trading card games. I'm curious on your side, some of the signals you have seen that incentivize you to want to build a trading card game on chain, and how you intend to essentially capture an audience for that.
Okay, we have a onboarding way to allow the Web3 user, as you said before, to our game. It's same apply the Web3 game, right? We can use the Google and Facebook to onboard them, and we really easy to adapt into our games. And some part of them is still off chain, yeah, and will be right to on chain. It makes the game will be more attractive while we collect those entity card, and we can try it, sell it, and also gain the benefit from them.
Any examples of successful trading card games that you have seen on chain that you want to take reference from?
Not yet, bro. And willing to hear if you have any.
Cool. My question is on the side of the top, like of the theme of the game. So it's called Election Battle, and of course, it's very inspired by the upcoming US elections. And as many products that are built around this narrative, some of them are facing challenges once the elections are finishing, because sometimes they will finish. Are you going to have different seasons based on different elections, or are you going to somehow modify the game to keep it relevant even after the election happened, to make it like politics gaming, like a card game, for example, call it like White House battles or so? Because it's very hard to compare interest to US elections, to any other political events in general in the world. So yeah, curious on your take on how you are where do you see the project after the election happens?
Yeah, that's a great question, please. Actually, I have created this project based on the last events, and it will create a bit trending for this, and I hope that will be create a big win for our project. And about what we had to do after the U.S. election 2024 and we will have the other land for that. We will integrate the other NFT collection on the ecosystem and the platform to build the new game, the new kind of the game. Yeah, it's the gameplay will be same, but with a different NFT collections, and the NFT collection on the will be the prices will be destroyed, but I think it's no problem for that.
Got it. So in the future, you want to keep the mechanics of battle game between characters, but do it with different NFT communities and with different characters. So imagine like board tape battles or like Kazuki battles, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
You sort of gave us a great overview of the game itself there. I'd like to sort of understand a little bit better how the meme coin is integrated, like, and how the meme coin helps the game grow and how the game helps the meme coin have value.
You mean about our collection, right? Our token.
A token, yeah, exactly.
Okay, about the token, we haven't planned to launch yet, but already have the tokenomic about it. It would be around 79% total supply will be airdrop to the community who will contribute into our project, and the remaining will be reserved for the leaderboard reward pool, as I said before.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
Thank you for sharing.
Okay, thank you. Nice.
Yeah. Let's welcome Daniel from GreenPress to do a sharing as well. He's a Web3 founder with 4+ years of experience as both streaming dApps and Web3 SaaS products from ground zeros. Hey, Daniel, please start.
Hey guys, thank you very much for having me. My name's Daniel and I'm here to present GreenPress, which is our vision of developing the WordPress of Web3 that allows developers to easily create and sell their Web3 application templates and users to buy them directly from them through a decentralized marketplace that is securely hosted on Greenfield. Now, our goal with this is essentially to take a page from WordPress's book and start with very basic applications that anyone can utilize and deploy very easily. With this, we want to simplify the Web3 development flow. And we're going to do this through lowered cost of development. So this will offer entrepreneurs that are aspiring in the industry to launch high quality templates at very affordable pricing. The timelines will also be shorter, so they'll be able to essentially get started with their project in less than a few hours. Security will be improved specifically through BNB Greenfield, as it will offer aspiring entrepreneurs the chance to utilize on-chain hosting and to avoid certain issues such as DNS hijackings that they might experience with a traditional Web2 hosting service. And lastly, for developers, we will have a gamified development experience through our decentralized marketplace, where they can publish their Web3 application templates and open the doors to countless users to purchase them directly from them. As far as the features go on the user experience side, right now we have the template marketplace, a review and rating system that will allow them to make sure that the templates they're purchasing are of a good quality. We will have a drag and drop experience for their customization, .bnb domain support, and a no-code seamless deployment that will allow them to not have to touch any deeply technical tools. While for the developers, we will have the upload system for the templates, of course, a developer leaderboard where they can check how they are standing compared to other developers on the platform. And that will also offer them potential DAO incentives down the line. And we will be supporting the developers that are making the most promising templates on the platform. And lastly, we will have smart contract secured payment distribution for developers, so they can make sure that their payments are coming to them directly. As far as some of the use cases that we've built for this hackathon, we have token landing pages, NFT landing pages, customizable blogs that are hosted on-chain on Greenfield, and a DAO page. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we're trying to start from a very simple spot, just like WordPress, and then building on to more customizable and more complex templates and smart contract integrations that are done by us internally and also by the community down the line through the marketplace. As far as the workflow goes, the most important thing of our technical workflow is that the BNB chain and the Greenfield chain are constantly interconnected with each other and mirroring all of the actions that are happening. To put it very simply, on the BNB chain side, BNB will be essentially the initiation layer that is utilized for processes such as fee distributions or permissions, while Greenfield will be utilized as a storage hub for developers and as a distribution service for the customers that are buying from the developers. Why should you choose us? We have a vast experience of over 4 years developing DeFi products, and funnily enough, we got started with Binance Smart Chain back in the day. We have over 10 hackathon victories in the past year, all focused on no-code solutions for different types of utilities. So we are very familiar with this as well. And we are striving for Web3 mass adoption. So the same way that WordPress and Shopify brought development to everyone in Web 2, we want to do the same for Web 3. Some of the objectives that we have right now in the coming months and year are to finalize the hackathon version and polish it up. We're going to run a beta testing campaign for developers where we onboard them and get them to create custom templates. We will have then the expansion with these templates for our marketplace. Then we will focus on the mainnet launch for all of this, allow users to get in on the product. Throughout May and June of next year, hopefully much sooner, we will have smart contract integrations into the front-end templates that we have. And lastly, we will work to create the full-stack marketplace experience for all Web3 applications. As far as revenue streams go, right now we are thinking of a 20% marketplace fee for developers. We don't want to keep this fixed, so down the line we might have a governance token that will allow users to vote on what the marketplace fees are, how we distribute them to projects with a lot of potential or templates with a lot of potential, and how we can also give some of these fees to our stakeholders. And all of the incentives will be managed by the DAO ultimately. And now I wanted to show you a quick demo of how the platform works. So on the user side, the user can go and explore from the various templates. In this case, we have a blog, so they can add headings, text blocks, images, buttons, and they can customize all of the different placement of them, just like you would be able to on any blogging platform. Then they can add a custom BNB domain, select fonts, color palettes, and social links that they can add on there, and then simply publish it to Greenfield. While for the developer, they can essentially sell their own template, choose a category, a price for the template, a description, some title, and then upload their cover image and the files for it. After it's published and after they start selling, they can check the leaderboard to see how well they are performing compared to other developers in our ecosystem. So that's about it. Thank you very much. Hopefully I was within the 5 minutes.
You are? Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question about the security aspect of things, because when we think about any marketplace that is selling kind of software on the two sides, especially in crypto, there's a big question of when we invite third-party developers, who will be ensured that these solutions that they're selling on the platform are secure and don't have any like malware or any backdoors inside of them.
Sure. So we have a few ways to do this. Some of them are by collaborating with other platforms that are focused mainly on bounties and doing essentially security audits for smaller projects. Another way is that initially the marketplace will be focused on front-end templates. So these will not really have smart contract interactions at first, and will mainly be utilized for the security aspect of having your front end on BNB Greenfield. But down the line, we actually already have a demo of a different type of service that is focused specifically for this. A marketplace that also offers cooperation from security experts, and they can receive essentially fees from the sales of the developers by auditing their smart contracts and front ends to make sure that they're not dangerous.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you. And I think for the developers, it could be also like ranking and reliability system for them to see who are the more reliable devs. in this space.
It's quite common in Web 2 as well. So if you're thinking of WordPress, for example, the biggest marketplace for templates is probably ThemeForest, and it kind of operates the same way. So developers are more or less good based on their reviews and sales and everything along the line.
Got it.
Who do you think the user for something like this would be? Kind of smart contract devs, people building their own stuff. I'm just interested in what this kind of crossover audience is and where you see them coming from.
Yeah, so a really big use case that I see with this is even something as simple as blogs. If you think about it, most of the major projects, even very rich ones that are multi-billion-dollar worth in TVL, they typically utilize services such as Medium or other types of blogging services that sometimes may not be hosted on chain and may be hosted and linked to Web2 hosting providers. That can pose some issues down the line. So for example, for a pancake swap, it might be very worthwhile to utilize something like this in order to be more secured. Also given the chance that this service is hosted on BNB, which is their native chain. So I think this can be applicable to high-tier projects and low-tier projects as well, because you can have many applications such as blogging features, but you can also have different types of widgets that can be added to websites that are connected to smart contracts and front-end features. You can have a lot of utility, and I think this is somewhere where we failed in the past when we were simply focusing on smart contracts and dApps, because I think everything down the line should be a little bit more modular. So yeah, this will allow people not just to have a single thing in a niche, but to have small services that can be incorporated into various types of protocols to improve them.
Thank you, Daniel. Any further questions? No? Okay, thank you. Let's have a 5 minutes break, and we will come back soon. Okay, hi guys. Welcome back. Are you ready for the next 5 projects demo and sharing? Let's start. Thank you, Peter. Let's welcome Wahid, co-founder of Ordinals Lending Protocol. He is also a software engineer from India. You can start now.
Yeah, my name is Wahid. I'm presenting ORD5, Ordinal Lending Protocol powered by BNB Chain. So Ordinals are 1 billion marketplace, 1 billion in market value, fastest growing asset in the crypto space, and more than 56 million of Ordinals. It will be more than that currently. At the time of creating the presentation. Magic Eden, Binance, everybody is supporting the Ordinals now. Every Ordinals punk is worth now more than 120, 30,000. But problem is the liquidity when somebody is having it, when they need some money urgently or crypto to buy or invest for short term, it is inaccessible. So Audify is a lending protocol, borrow and lend BNB, Ordinals, as well as BRC20, Rune token as collateral. Fastest transaction using BNB because Bitcoin will take a little bit more time. Less expensive and quick settlements. The user interface will be like selecting the collateral and lending, ask for a lend, and done. You're done with that when you want to lend. So this is the flow. So user supply the liquidity, and then lending protocol for the assets, and then when the loan will be activated, and then the smart contract stores the details, and then once collateral is supplied back, he can withdraw the collateral. So how do you want to when you want to borrow, you have to supply your ordinal to the collateral address, and then you ask for the loan. So this is my collateral I have supplied already, and then I create an NFT in the BNB chain, and then I can ask for a loan. So this is the process. You have the ordinals, and then you supply to the secure thing, and then lending protocol estimates the value based on the floor from the Magic Eden, and then it lets you the loan to value amount, and then you can ask for a loan, and then lenders honors that loan request, and then you repay that loan, and you get the collateral back in your wallet. So NFT lending was huge in past cycles. Proven concept lending, NFT lending was like $2 billion volume, fastest growing market. Bitcoin is 600 billion. It's now more than that. Ethereum is 250 billion. It's compared to that, we have huge market space. Business model, we may get 20% of the repayment from the from the interest which is occurred on every loan. Audify differs from this by mechanism, peer-to-peer, ordinal support, none of this supporting them, BTC loans, or BTC asset loan, we don't liquidate the ordinals. We just let the lender foreclose the loan. Instant loan, fungible tokens as well. Go-to-market plans. So Ordinals airdrops to the OG Ordinal users, Rune token mining by Ordinals, social media giveaway, incentivization for the early adopters, point-based system. These are all what we have in our mind to attract the Bitcoiners into this ecosystem. Impact on BSC chain, BNB availability to Ordinals users, billion-dollar market, king of crypto having the assets for trading. Earlier it was a king chain with no assets except Bitcoin. Now it has runes and ordinals and then ERC20. Potential new wallets, increase of a lot of things, and collaterals will increase. Roadmaps, BRC20 as collateral, Rune token as collateral as well, BRC20 token launch. And the new thing came up now in the last September 15, Fractal, which is again a chain from Unisat. We can include that as well for lending and borrowing. So team size, myself, I'm founder, Abhishek Musammal, and we have the marketing side and advisor, David. So this is our team. Let's jump into the demo now. So this is the demo. This is the recording for hackathon, BNB hackathon. We have to connect the two wallets. One is MetaMask, another one is for the BTC. Ordinal lending platform for BNB. So we are connected. Ordinal. So we have two wallets to get connected. One is for the MetaMask, one is for the BTC chain. Once we have connected, we have to bridge our asset, which is an ordinal. We have to send to this collateral address. So this all sent earlier, and it was ready to mint into the Bitcoin from Bitcoin to the BNB chain. So I'm currently minting this as a BNB chain NFT. So it's getting minted. So there is totally 3 contracts. One is for the NFT minting, bridging from the ordinals to the thing, to the BSB chain, and then registration, and then we have the collateral loan ledger as well. Now I can borrow for this, which is I am minted. So I have to create a request. This floor value is taken from the Magic Hidden, and then I create a request for this much amount. And this BNB value or Bitcoin value is converted to the BNB value. And so in the loan ledger contract, the request being saved so that the lenders can view that. So request is created. Now as a lender, I can see, since this is I created, I have to switch back the wallet. I'm logging in as a lender now. Switch back to lender account and switch to the MetaMask as well as the Xverse Bitcoin wallet. So both are switched, and I'm connecting to the MetaMask as a lender now. So second account is the lending account. So when sign in, I did the contract is the user is saved into the contract as well. So now I'm a lender. I'm seeing if there is any loan request. I found a request. So somebody requested this much amount. I'm going to honor that with my BNB. So I'm accepting that loan. So I'm lending now. I'm lending that amount to the user. So this much BNB will be transferred to the borrower, and the NFT will be taken into the collateral contract. Loan ledger will hold that NFT as a collateral. So it's confirmed now. We can see that in the portfolio as well. So this is the lending currently. There is no borrowing. I have to switch back to the borrower account to see whether is there. Is there any questions, sir? Judges, you can ask any questions.
You finished or you didn't?
Yeah, I'm done it. I'm done with that. So lending, and we have seen lending. Borrow request created. Lending is a loan is a loan lender honored that loan request, and then repayment is also there, but we don't have time.
Okay.
So the all repayment foreclose as well is there. When you do the repayment, you get the collateral back. When you do the foreclose, the lender will get the NFT back in us. And there is another functionality where you need to burn the NFT to get the ordinal into the Bitcoin wallet. So it's like a debridging from the BNB chain.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to the Q&A sections to make it short. Any judge have any questions?
I know that, based on the experience with lending and borrowing of NFTs during the first cycle, it's a lot of it's a question of strategy of these whales or owners of valuable assets, and how they are going to manage and how they're going to use it as a financial tool, not only as a collectible. So do you have any insights from big holders, NFT whales, NFT collectors, on how active they might be on this platform, how they would leverage it, and which is the real need from active NFT traders, not just owners of 1, 2, 3 NFTs, but from big active users of ordinals?
Yeah, we have to reach out the DeGods and all leading NFT community, and attract them with incentives and tokenization, a points-based system to get into our ecosystem, so that they can utilize borrowing as well as lending to win get their confidence. We have to work on the community-based level and reach out them, reach the NFT community as well as the Bitcoiners. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Hey, Peter. Not Peter. Wahi. I just want to get an idea of what are the oracles you're using for this. Especially because collateral prices are very important, especially because you're also going across different bridges.
Yeah. So for the oracles, we are using CoinGecko for the pricing, and then Ordinals pricing floors, we getting it from the Magic Eden, and we are running a Bitcoin Core node application, Bitcoin node with our system to manage the collateral as well.
I've got a question about market size, because NFTFi, has kind of got is not as big as it was, let's say, and then Ordinals is a relatively niche subsegment within that. How do you see your ability to sort of capture a decent sized market and generate fees from it based on those two data points?
Yeah, this is a very good question. It's financially, the market size is currently more than $2-3 billion on Ordinals. The transactions happening in Magic Eden is huge. So people are expecting this whole bull run will be based on ordinals and rune tokens, and it will be focused on bitcoins. So I think there will be couple of competitors might come, but the share, this we are talking about Bitcoin, which is everyone. If someone is in Bitcoin, crypto, you can't, you will have a zero chance to know about it without knowing about Bitcoin. So and then you'll be eventually coming to know about root Bitcoin's ordinals and root tokens, and there is so it will be like a huge space in coming days. I feel like it's going to be, if the Bitcoin is taking the $1 trillion market space, then ordinal is going to be at least 10 to 20%. It's a huge thing, and we can take about leverage that into say 10% of the 10% of trillion market is humongous. This is my vision. This makes sense.
That's clear. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Wahid. Thank you
Thanks a
for
lot.
and answering. Let's welcome the next one, Pulse. The founder is a Web3 developer building the future of the internet with innovative, secure, and decentralized technologies. You can start.
Hello everyone. I hope you are having a good day. My name is Priyanshu and I would like to introduce you to our product Pulse. Pulse is a refer to earn campaign solution based on smart contracts that aims to fix issues with the current market. We aim to address several key issues in the influencer industry, such as lack of transparency in conversions and payout, fraud in tracking, and inefficiencies in manual processing of payments. With Pulse, we aim to automate the tracking of referrals and payout for successful conversions. We eliminate the need for intermediaries, which currently cost brands somewhere around 20 to 30 of the total campaign budgets. The terms and budget for each campaign on Pulse are defined in a smart contract deployed on the BNB chain. This ensures transparency and reduces the chances of financial fraud. The backend ensures that data in smart contract is up to date by regularly checking the Shopify for new orders placed through the referrals and products to promote. This ensures seamless experience and automates the payout for each conversion. Issues such as financial fraud affects a large number of influencers, and more than 100 influencers that we have talked express their preference to conduct business through Pulse over their existing agencies and are interested in joining the platform after the mainnet launch. On our roadmap, we are currently participating with brands and are expected to launch on mainnet by Q2 2025. Now, through a demo, we will witness how brands can create campaigns, how influencers can participate and claim payout for the conversions they bring. Of smart contract based transparent social media promotion campaigns. In this, influencers can participate and get rewarded for each referral, which is managed in a decentralized and permissionless manner to ensure proper compensation among the participants. Now, let's launch the app. Now, I will use a temporary email for this demo. First, we are registering as a brand. Our brand name is here, our description. Enter the Shopify link and let's save these details. You can also authorize your Twitter. After this, I can see my username. Let's continue. I have to enter my e-commerce platform and my Shopify link and mention the industry that we are producing in. Now a wallet will be created for the user. After funding this wallet, they can easily perform smart contract interactions without having to install anything else. Our BNB wallet is funded. Now let's create a campaign. To create a campaign, you have to lock in the total budget for the campaign in an ERC20 token. For the demo, we call it test token, and user can easily mint to try out our platform. Now our balance is updated, so let's create a campaign. Enter the campaign details and confirm the transaction. So the transaction is created. Now let's sign up as an influencer and join this campaign. This time choosing influencer, and now I will enter all the required details to register as an influencer. After funding the wallet, now let's connect with the brand, and through the built-in chat feature, I can request to be part of the brand's campaign. On the brand dashboard, I will whitelist an influencer. So just confirm this transaction and the influencer is now whitelisted. Now in the influencer dashboard, I can see the campaigns that I am whitelisted for and generate a referral code for it. After registering the referral code, I can share it with my followers, and each time this code is used, I will get the amount specified in the smart contract. To demo the reward claim, let's place an order on the brand's Shopify store and use the influencer's referral code to get a discount on the order. Now the order has been placed, and when we go back to the influencer's dashboard, we can see we can claim one referral. Now making my claim, and after some time my token balance is now updated. So that's it for the referral demo. Pulse allows for going back to slides. As the demo showed, Pulse delivers all of its feature in a user experience that is very familiar with Web 2. We have achieved this through account abstraction on BNB Chain. Users just need an email to create an account, and with a single button, they get everything they need to test out our platform. Thank you for your time and attention. Please ask any question you have about Pulse.
Thank you. Any questions?
So my question is about the supply and demand side, because and then the platform looks like a marketplace for on one side brands and on one side influencers. From the business point of view, how are you going to attract both and keep both engaged? Because on one side you cannot have a lot of brands until you have a solid user base on influencers, but influencers won't stick around on the platform where there are not so many brands with significant rewards pools and with the opportunities to earn money.
As I mentioned, like when we were doing our market research, we like more than 100 plus influencers were ready to join our platform if brands offer their campaigns onto Pulse, and it is going to be just an extra platform that they can also join. So it is not a burden on the influencer to if join this or not. They can just have it as an extra side, and once we have a significant number of influencers, we can also convince the brand using that. And also this adds an extra layer of trust, as all of the logic is in smart contract, and influencer will prefer to do business through Pulse opposed to other brands.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
If there's no other questions, we will move to next projects. Thank you. The next welcome Manny from the Siren, who is a software developer committed to decentralized AI. You can start.
Okay. Okay, those were noise from our cities. Hello, everyone. I'm Godson. I'm part of Team Siren, and together we are committed to promoting healthier cities across Africa and in developing regions. But our big question today is, what if one of the most pervasive pollutants in our society is one we can't even see? The invisible pollutants. I mean, we've heard and we see the effects of air pollution, water pollution, but there's another one that is just as harmful, I mean, it's invisible sort of, but its effect is very real, from creating unhealthy urban environments to worsening cardiovascular health risks. These impacts are severe. Yet, because we don't see it, noise pollution is often unaddressed. So Sirene is an on-chain noise mapping platform aimed at combating road traffic noise pollutions and promoting healthier cities. On Siren, every citizen is vital, is a vital instrument in the process. We turn every part of the journey into a data point, crowdsourcing this real-time noise data, and this in turn gives the power to build healthier cities to all the citizens who live inside it, so not just the four of us. And we incentivize the participation on the smart contracts so that the contributors can transparently monitor and trace or track their efforts. And in the end, this data that is stored on BNB's Greenfield can deliver AI insights to multiple stakeholders, including the citizens, the urban planners, the health experts, and the data miners. So I'll jump into how it works. On the browser, the user can authenticate himself. The phone records the noise levels while the GPS tracks the distance that is traveled. At the end of it, the data that is gathered is stored on BSC Greenfield, while simultaneously we can generate a zero knowledge proof to verify the distance that has been traveled. And now when it's verified, we can assign points of rewards to the user on the BSC testnet. So at this stage, our approach to marketing is we are targeting major cities in Africa like Lagos and Nairobi that has high population density. As we gather more data on the testnet and refine our platform, we'll expand to other cities and reach partnerships with local governments, transport committees, and other stakeholders that are local to those cities. Now, we have adopted and highlighted some revenue streams that or towards our mainnet launch can generate some income to us. And this includes data licensing to environmental stakeholders who value this type of data.
I think there are some issues on connection.
Sorry about that. So, and our governance system that would be launched on mainnet would be responsible for voting on the amount of the part of the revenues that would be distributed to the contributors based on their points that they've acquired from contributing to the platform. So let's jump to see the demo and how it works. All right, so this now is a standalone test demonstrating how the zero knowledge circuit works. We verify the coordinates and it verifies that, oh, this distance is greater than or less than 1 kilometer. Now, this is Siren in action. The decibel meter is measuring real-time data, and at the end, it uploads it to Greenfield and assigns a point to the user. So the next look is our map board on the website. This is where we visualize the noise levels across the cities. The color keys represent the noise intensity from a quiet green to a very loud red zones. So yeah. So also on the side panel, we can toggle between different locations. This feature would allow users to quickly access context from various areas. And the AI interface is built on top of OpenAI's chat model. So this is where visitors and guests can interact and inquire about Siren and context that is gathered on Greenfield, like what is the health effect of noise pollution. So this is a glance of how Siren turns the invisible pollutant into visible, actionable, and understandable problems for everyone to solve. Thank you.
This is a really interesting one. Any questions?
Honey, thanks a lot.
One just sort of.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to ask one question about the market really, which is, what is the how much value is there in noise pollution data? Like, who buys it?
Now, it starts from, first of all, part of the United Nations Sustainable Goals is sustainable environments. Now, every different cities allocates different amount of efforts to trying to make their environment sustainable. Now, right here, our solution is not trying to dive into where this is most valuable, like developed regions, but we're trying to highlight that here we have budgets for the environment that is not utilized in a place that we are ignoring, but it's actually very important. So in Nigeria, for instance, you can have budgets by state governments. For example, the offsetting budget by the Lagos State Ministry of Environment and Clean Water shoots up to 100 billion in naira in a year, but part of these budgets, none moves explicitly to the noise channels. So here we are trying to like bring forth this value to everyone locally. And so those local stakeholders are our primary audience who we believe finds this valuable. Now, the next is an emerging market, which is the AI markets. So everyone who is building an AI model or an AI agent is trying to seek data from every source. And now we are providing data from a source where it's not usually gathered together very much frequently. So I don't know the exact value of the AI market, but I mean, everybody here knows it's very profitable. And if we are a source of such data that is compatible to for AI data miners to make use of, then I think we have created another value also. So this is a pre-hackathon project, a post-hackathon stage of the project. It was started during the hackathon. So our efforts moved towards building it to completion rather than searching for the market details till the very end or to the very last word of it. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
I'll go on.
Okay. Is there any chance that you guys will launch a governance token?
Yes, that was part of what I described as our goal in the end of the mainnet. Now, we assign points ahead of time. So when we launch a governance token, when we launch a token, which is part of our governance, like the ERC20 votes, so this token has a value in our community, and we spread these tokens according to the points that have been gathered by users. So we are letting users in their city say, oh, you have more points, meaning you're very concerned about the environment. So you should have more say in voting about the decisions within the environment. So these are our post testnet gathering data, our post gathering after we've gathered data on testnet. These are like the next stages we hope to go in. I believe right now the most important part for us when we discussed this is we need users to come on board and help us, fill up that map that you saw with a lot of color keys. I don't know if that answered the question.
Yeah, it did.
Thank you.
Other questions? No? Okay, let's move to the next one. Welcome, Bonky Dog, who is the founder of the Which credit card projects. He is also a developer focusing on on-chain analytics and developer tools. You can start.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bunky. So I am an individual entrepreneur. I hired some marketing agencies from Bangladesh, and the person told me a story about himself when he started a business a few years ago. He borrowed his money from his mother, a few $100s to purchase a cell phone to start a business online. He was from a very poor family, and you can imagine the difficulties he went through during that time. So here, I asked my own self a question. If I were at that time, would I borrow a few $100s to this person? My answer is mentally, yes. But in reality, no, because there was no way for me to check the credit of the person in Bangladesh. I live in China and United States. China has a credit system called the Sesame credit system, and United States has the FICO credit system. Even between these two countries, the credit are not shared. You cannot access the credit of the person in China from the United States, and you cannot check the credit from China, the United States credit system. So here comes our solution. We want to build the Which credit card is a set of the tools and infrastructure to build on-chain reputation for addresses to be assigned a credit score. So it will be able to unlock a lot of use cases. So how can we do that? We have a set of the tools. A tools consists of like an active chatbot that asks you some basic questions to test your fundamental knowledges. And we have a VS Code extension that you can leverage this VS Code to solve problems by interacting with the AI. And we have a Telegram-based bot that you can play games to test your ability to make decisions and trade-offs. And also, we have an infrastructure that is collecting information from on-chain information continuously to build the graph analysis in a large scale. For example, we conduct a by-click analysis, K-core analysis, K-trust analysis to analyze your interaction with the contracts, the interaction with the addresses. So basically, we can understand if a group of addresses are manipulated by a single person or not. So now let me come to the live demo. Here, when you visited our website, you can start playing with the our chatbot. It will ask you a few questions. You can answer the question by typing the numbers on the question to get answers. So we can pinpoint you in the knowledge space. The second tool is a comeback tool. Now here comes the trade-off. If you launch this tool again in the Telegram, you get 2 points, 2 times points. If you launch it in the web, from which we do not collect your Telegram information, you only get 1 times the points. So when you enter into this game, you can play with it. You can accumulate points passively or actively. And the third tool is a VS Code extension so that you can program and solve problems here. For example, here is an image. When you click this image and you ask a question about, can you please design a UI-based test to test the connect button of this image and submit the request, the AI will give you the solution of how to write the code. For example, install the Node.js, install Selenium-based WebDriver, and it will write the UI-based test code for you. So now you have played 3 of our tools, and you get your resume ready. We do the data analysis. For example, here you have your question being answered, and whether it's right or wrong, we keep the record. And it has the record of you interacting with our AI model. So basically, this information is stored on chain, and it has some masked data information of how you interact with the models. And also, it has the comeback points you accumulated over time. Last but not least, we actually collected information from on-chain and built this zkGraph. This zkGraph is, for example, the first graph is a bipartite graph. This is your address, and these are the contract you have been interacted with over time. For example, in this contract, you see there are 3 connections over this contract. That means there might be other 3 addresses interacted with this contract. So if we can conduct analysis on this other addresses, we might need to have some insight whether this address is grouped or clustered with the other addresses as well. And also here is the token transfer graph. So you have historically, you have transferred the tokens between these addresses. So basically, by conducting this information, we might have some insight whether the address belongs to you are manipulated by a single person as well. So based on all this information, we have an algorithm to calculate the credit score for you. So here you get your credit score. My score is 683. And if you want to know the detail of how credit score is calculated, we have a document describing the detail. We are in talk with the domain name services to try to mint this credit score into the domain name service, such as the .ens or BNB. So other smart contract can leverage this information to unlock a lot of different use cases. For example, under collateralized lending or discounted swapping. If you want to know more about the stats about our information, we have this general stats. So this is the address information growing over time, and these are the model usage over time. And we have the leaders in different categories. If you click any of address, you will be able to see their resume. And also this is the comeback stats growth over time. And also these are the distribution of the credit scores. We are improving our credit score calculation algorithm to make sure that the credit score distribution will be more evenly distributed, so that we can have a better distribution of the credits. Thank you.
Thank you, Bunky. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you so much for the presentation. My question is about your methodics and questionnaires that you picked for this mini games or for this service that people complete to receive a score. How did you come up with this type of questionnaire? Did you consult with different specialists in the decision making in the human financial behavior, psychologists, or how does it work on the level of content?
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good question. I was thinking about this for a long time. So basically, when I designed this credit score system, I'm designing a protocol. I'm not designing the specific rules actually. So personally, this game on this tools, the rules are designed by myself. I designed this protocol because the way I'm thinking about it is that the credit score of the addresses should not be determined by a single person like me. It could be determined by the other person. So basically, the on-chain service providers, they can leverage different kind of the credit score to determine what level of the services they can provide to the addresses. For me, I use this game. I use this chatbot. I use this VS Code extension to do that. That was the advice given by me. But I want to enable, I want to empower other service providers to provide their insight to the addresses. For example, they are doing an analytics, right? For example, they are the graph. They can leverage their infrastructure to provide the information, to provide the credibility of the addresses on chain as well. So basically, everybody can serve as an oracle to monitor the addresses credibility. And this
and then on the day you consider the product more like a protocol level than less than the app that helps people to get the score based on the specific tasks, tools, I don't know, examinations. You see it more like a protocol.
Yeah, it's a protocol and it's a basic infrastructure. I'm thinking about that. There is another protocol called a superfluid, right? If you get a credit, if you get a credit score, and you can initiate a superfluid flow by this will unlock the under collateralized shopping or under collateralized lending, right? Now in on-chain lending, every protocol is collateralized. That means if you want to borrow $1, you have to collateralize the $1, at least $1 of the collateral on chain. But with the credit, you can deposit less than that.
Two questions on my side, Bongki. What kind of proving mechanism are you using? And also, are you introducing any forms of slashing?
Sorry, I don't get what.
So if I were malicious, I would probably want to collude, right? To be able to give myself a very good credit score with people that I know. Is there any form of like slashing mechanism that can prevent this from happening?
You mean the manipulation, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's the reason why I divided my credit score calculation into two parts. The tools is that the addresses is playing with our system to gain some points, but there are infrastructures side. That means the addresses doesn't need to do anything. We actually collect the information not just from our app, but from also the other apps to conduct some analysis. If the addresses are manipulated by a single person, there must be interactions, some form of the relationship between the addresses, so that we can do this kind of the analysis on the background. We will not release this information to the users, so that basically they will not play against our system. That's our strategy. We divide it into two parts. Yeah.
Does that answer your question, Edward?
Yeah,
Okay.
very thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? No. So we come to the final project demo sharing. Welcome Steve from zkGraph.
All right, hey everybody. My name is Steve. I'm with zkGraph Labs and excited to introduce you to zkGraph, which is a distributed zkML framework for verifiable computing. So there's no doubt that decentralized machine learning and AI, that's the future, right? The movement has tailwinds on both sides of the marketplace, if you're familiar with DePIN and everything happening there. But there's a growing awareness and centralization of AI power. There's a demand for safe AI models. There's an appetite for passive income globally, and folks who have devices that they don't even know that could be getting them that income. And there are companies like Akash and Fetch and Render that you're probably familiar with that are contributing to this AI gold rush, which is a $25 billion market roughly. And analysts say that'll be 2.2 trillion in just a few years. But there's a big elephant in the room here. Space still lacks the privacy and verifiability guarantees that will be required to usher in the benefits of DePIN at scale. So we're launching zkGraph Labs to build solutions that will solve these challenges. And our first product, zkGraph, is a distributed zkML framework that's built for developers. We're building in the open, and we're looking to maximize the developer experience. So devs can write in Python. They don't need to know anything about cryptography, and they can rest assured that their apps will run as intended, even on public networks of nodes that they don't control. So let's jump into the demo. So we're using a new protocol called Libra that we use to generate proofs of execution of computational graphs generated by machine learning algorithms. So these proofs can be generated with our easy-to-use Python SDK and can be verified on the BNB chain. So we run a quick shell script here that will pull down the zkGraph Docker image and set up the worker in the background. I'll just put in my wallet address, and that'll ensure that I get paid whenever proofs are generated and verified. So I'm in the network approvers now, and on the front end, we've built a quick demo of proof generation. So in this, in the website here, we can grab some credits, and we can use those credits to request a proof. So we're using a popular open source model called Iris for this demo, and we'll just put in some input parameters once we get our wallet funded here, and that would match the state of the inference that I want to prove. In a real world scenario, we just use this in code in the zkGraph SDK. So the proof request is sent to the network, and it just so happens that my prover node picked it up and generated that proof. That was verified by a verifier node, and I can see the completed proof in my dashboard. And I can see that the rewards were transferred to the wallet via the smart contract here. So we'd love for you to check out our GitHub repo for some deeper reading on the framework and the why behind it all. I've got an architecture diagram here that I won't bore you with, but it does sort of highlight the, let me get the slides back up here. Maybe. There we go. So it highlights the important pieces of the flow. At the bottom here, you can see the distributed prover network. Those folks are rewarded on BNB Chain. And then we also have an on-chain verifier that can be found in our GitHub repo if you'd like to stand up your own instance of the infrastructure. So this is sort of an all-in-one demo. We're going to separate out the underlying zk protocol, and we'll add support for additional frameworks and applications beyond inference. So we're laser focused on performance and dev experience, and then building partnerships with protocols and other chains. We want to build an ecosystem of verifiable applications that will work across chains and on a wide range of hardware platforms. So I've been fortunate to build and scale and sell venture-backed startups over the past 15 years and building since Web 1. Our CTO Lolo has been doing this for about a decade. He's built for Polygon, Protocol Labs, Dapper, and Magic Eden. And we're backed by AE Studio, which is a leading product development studio on Web3 and AI primarily, and building in blockchain land for about 10 years for over 1,000 clients. And we're bootstrapped right now, looking to make a few key hires and build out a community, probably do some fundraising here in the next 3 to 6 months and target a token launch at the end of next year. So appreciate your time, and we'll take your questions.
Thank you, Steve. Any questions? Peter, Alex, Edward, any questions?
Maybe a quick question from my side. Hi, Steve. Thanks a lot for the presentation. I was keen to dwell a bit more on the go-to-market strategy and how you're thinking about getting this in front of actual users.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Alex. And it's definitely true that the economics for zk are still pretty fuzzy in general. Still early days. There's a lot of R&D and stuff to figure out for performance. Ultimately, it will depend on the apps that are built on top of the protocol. And I really believe what we're building is as important to Web3 as SSL was to Web 1 back in the 90s, right? So very early days, but I think that the ecosystem model that we're currently envisioning would be that we would partner with protocols and be the verifiable computing layer on top of what they're building. And that would allow essentially users who want to run DeepIn nodes on their machines to earn both rewards from those networks as well as rewards from solving proofs. So there's a way that we can sort of partner up and gain some economies of scale there. And then longer term, there's a vision for more of like a DeepIn browser. So continuing the SSL analogy, imagine the Netscape for DeepIn, where everything running in our ecosystem is secure and verifiable. And then you would be able to earn tokens from a variety of projects that way. So still early days, but that's sort of how the thought process is right now.
Thank you. Got it. Thank you.
Quick question, Steve, and congrats on bootstrapping all of this so far. Curious why you chose the collaboration between BNB Chain and Libra. I guess we don't usually see some of these going together.
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I think there's novel zkML cases that we haven't seen on BNB Chain before. So part of it's like attracting AI ML developers to diversify the ecosystem on BNB Chain. And ultimately, we found that BNB Chain is ideal for us to launch on, just given that how scalable it is and the economics there, so that we can run low latency operations. And we're interested in the ecosystem, interested in the grant opportunities that are out there. It just feels like the right home for us.
Helpful. And you guys are trying to build out this trustless, verifiable ML sort of ecosystem. What are we verifying here, and why does it have to be on chain?
Yeah, another great question. So in this example, we're verifying machine learning inference, right? So we've got a decentralized network of nodes that are running some model, and I want to submit inference to that network because it's cheaper and it's not controlled by any central party, right? Pretty standard stuff there. Those inputs, though, are going to go to these nodes that are possibly dishonest at some point. And we want to make sure that the models they are running are actually running them in the way that we expect them to, so that we can trust the outputs that are coming back. So each node on the prover network is going to take a slice of that computational graph and run a proof just for that one slice, and then we'll bring them all back together and do the verification there. So if any single node, if the proof is invalid, then the whole thing is invalid, and that node is then slashed on the network going forward.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. I think that's it. Thank you for your time and sharing.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah. Thank you all the judges for joining us today, spending around 1 hour together with us and with our 10 projects. I wanted to take a moment to express our gratitude for your participation in BNB Chain 2024 Q3 Hackathon. We're very excited to announce that we will be launching a new hackathon in October soon, and we encourage you to participate. We wanted to emphasize that not being selected for the demo day does not exclude you from the opportunity to receive a potential award from 10 key prize pool. The selection process for the honorable mention is independent of the top 10 demo selections, and the recipients will be announced along with the top 3 winners on 13th September. So we're looking forward to the winner announcement soon. And thank you again for all the judges joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.